Panther Football 2015 as we come to you from Plymouth High School and W.W. Werner Supfinke Field on a gorgeous August 21st evening. The Plymouth Panthers are going to host the New Berlin Eisenhower Lions. First time we've ever played them in football that I know of, Mike. The fact that I do know, we have never. And coming to you tonight, Scott
Briggs, and I've got Scott Richards next to me here. He'll do most of the talking. I'll try to worm something in once in a while.
Yep, Kurt Zulp on the camera, Gary Kaiser back in the studio, Kevin Erdfed doing stats down below. It's going to be a real interesting opening game, Mike. This is definitely a good football team. Eisenhower comes to you from the Woodland Conference. They had a good record, playoff team last year. They got a lot of people back. I know one of their assistant coaches used to coach with my son. So it should be a great start to the season. Well, and and I'm not going to dwell on this, but pretty much nobody in the Plymouth Panther athletic community is happy about the conference switch. 3 or 4 of the teams in the conference are not happy about it, but it is what it is. And so to the kids, they're just playing another opponent. They're ready to roll. Everything we hear about was the preseason for the Panthers has gone well. They're coming into the game relatively healthy, which is extremely important. The field looks phenomenal. Congrats to the crew, the Plymouth Panther maintenance crew, and like I said, we're just ready to roll. It seems like it's August 21st and we're playing a football game, but that's the way it is now since they changed the playoff format. You want to explain what they've done with playoffs a little bit?
What they've done, they've made it so there's a full week between every game in the playoffs. You see, when they used to do it, when they started the playoff system, is that, well, first they extended it to the top 4. If you're halfway in the conference, you get a playoff. I question all those things, but of course, they've added another week to the playoff system, which means they have to back the season up another week. And some years they almost have to start their practices in July.
Well, they're looking at, it's one of these years coming up, it's July 31st. Well, you can talk about who makes what, but what they do is they take the top 4 teams and then they put them into one of 7 different playoff categories. I remember the year that Ashwaubenon came in here as a number 4 seed, knocked off Plymouth, the number 1 seed, and went on and won a state championship. Last year, Plymouth was a 1 seed, and Berlin, not New Berlin, Berlin, which is northwest of here, came in and knocked us off. So, it's going to be interesting. And again, for the kids don't care. They love the rivalries. They just want to start hitting somebody else. We scrimmaged last week against Little Chute, Sheboygan North, and Oshkosh North. Everything went pretty well. It's time to play football against somebody else. Well, and that's just it. Where the change is always challenging is when you have to work new linemen on either side of the ball, which is what Plymouth has to do, especially on the left side of their offensive line. Plymouth is going to kick to start the ball game. Back deep for Eisenhower will be. Back deep for the New Berlin Eisenhower Lions, Jordan Kennedy, number 23, and Joel Scafidi, number 28. To kick for the Panthers, number 35, Jared Weinbauer. Jared kicked last year as a strong leg. You can't get a better night for football. There's no breeze, literally no breeze. It's about 70 degrees. Canada will bring it back. Almost broke it. Eisenhower 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Again, Scott Richards, Mike Briggs, Kurt Zalp on the camera. Panthers will start in their 3-3-5 defense. They mix it up all over the place. Eisenhower, as more and more high school teams are doing, starts in a shotgun, split backs, slot to the right. Panthers had it plugged up and then did not make the tackle. Had him stopped at about the 35-yard.
I thought
Kennedy
that
gets out to
a short
the
game,
right,
but
gets
then
out to the
things
41.
slipped loose.
Sliding over a little bit as Mike is now doing double duty, camera and
There,
penetration in the backfield. But Eisenhower, they're going to be close to the first down. They had penetration in the backfield. I couldn't see exactly who it was.
Yeah. I think they'll get the first down, Scott.
Mike's
They're moving the chain.
Eagle Eye Briggs thinks it's the first down, so they're going to move the chain. And they've given them the first down. So Eisenhower gets the first down, and we just started here at Finke Field. No huddle offense for the Eisenhower Lions. Slot, double split top of your screen. Somebody is lined. Oh, I see what it is. They got too many men in the backfield. I think they're going to say this receiver at the bottom of the screen is off the line of scrimmage. Two guys at the top are off the line of scrimmage. Should be a 5-yard penalty against New Berlin Eisenhower.
And you're going to see a lot of that to start the season. Guys aren't sure. They go up to the line. They back up a little bit. They're not exactly positive.
Well, and that's just it. This is non-conference, but it's a great non-conference opponent. But now it's 1st and 15 for Eisenhower. Kennedy in motion. Hand on the outside to number 10, Shane Brohier.
And there's another flag on the play, Scott.
And there's another flag, and where that's coming in. And they're moving back even further. Apparently it's a holding penalty or an illegal block against Eisenhower. That's always good for the Panthers to see the opposing offense going backwards.
So it's going to be first and a whole bunch.
First and a real lot when they set it down. I'm going to guess it's about first and 25. Well, soon here we're going to see if Eisenhower can throw the football.
It's going to test out our defensive backs.
Throw it to the outside, timing pattern, well-timed pattern. On and out, ball was in the air before the receiver, number 86, Stephen Haluzin completed the pass. Timing pattern, Mike, that ball was in the air well before the receiver broke off the ball.
Nice play. Still, it's going to bring up second down and about 13.
Quick hit over the middle to what would normally be sort of a tight end situation. Number 84, Sullivan Kaluju. Nice throw. Sam Carey, quarterback, 5'10" senior. So a manageable 3rd and 3.
Yep.
Eisenhower's completed their first 2 passes of the evening after 2 big penalties. Play comes in from the sideline. They really don't get the play off that much quicker. They just don't huddle on the deal. Tight end to the left, slot to the right. And they're going to pick up the first down, that's for sure. Kennedy picks it up, and Eisenhower is well into Panther territory. We'll give them 1st and 10 at the Panther. It'll be called the 47-yard line.
They break into Panther territory for the first time.
Mike, want to give us the defense for the Panthers?
On defense for the Panthers, let's see. We've got Ethan Kellner. He's going to be a defensive end. Cody Kuhn, number 11. He's a defensive back. I'll get you the rest right after this play.
Mosher on the left side, good penetration.
Nice job.
The first contact for the Panthers was Ethan Keller. Interesting story. Ethan Keller last year was a safety.
Yep.
He's 6'6" now, 200 and they list him at 6'6", 210.
Yep.
He's now at a defensive end.
Ethan Keller's number 7. Gavin Falk is number 8. Cody Kuhn is 11. Sam Staling, you'll find him there. He's number 25. We'll get the rest after this snap.
Drag pattern across the middle, complete. I tell you.
But it's going to give him a third down a little longer this time.
Well, it certainly does, but give Carey a lot of credit. First of all, give the line for Eisenhower a lot of credit, giving Carey plenty of time. He searched the field, looked deep, players recovered, so he got the drag pattern across. So third and along 6. Now, here's the question. You know, you might be, depending upon what they think, in 2-down territory if you're Eisenhower, Mike.
Yep. Joe Chandler, you'll find him number 32 along with number 33, Zach Alberts. Here we go, 3rd and 6. Back to pass again. Intercepted.
Intercepted by number 22, Gabe Meyer, off the receiver's hands, but the contact the receiver on touch of the ball. The quarterback had a guy wide open in the top flat, didn't see him. First big break for the Panthers as the Panthers will take over on offense.
This is our first offensive series, isn't it? First offensive series, and you're going to see Gavin Falk. He'll be the quarterback here.
Well, let's face it, this Panther season, you got one bell call for sure. Sam Staling, 2-year starter, all conference last year. Listed him at about 6'1", 180, somewhere in the 4.5s. Gavin Falk came on last year as a sophomore quarterback, and I'll let you get the rest of the offense, Mike, as we get going.
Led a little bit too much, and that's going to happen at the beginning of the season.
Well, Coach Gail Grahn, the offensive coordinator, probably wants to get things going, get Staling on the outside and use his speed. The pass wasn't there. 2nd and 10, Panthers at their own 38-yard line, going against an Eisenhower front 4. Looks like they're in a 4-4-3 defense. There's a couple of big bodies up front in that 4-4.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a lot of big bodies up front. Direct snap to Staling.
Gets a line of scrimmage, maybe 1 or 2. Gets up to the 40-yard line.
Direct snap is taken by Samuel Staling for a short gain. Run down there by...
So 3rd and 8, 3rd and long for the Panthers would be a passing down. See how that offensive line does, giving Gavin Falk some time. Now, Gavin Falk tested 4.59 down at a clinic down in Sussex this year. He's got plenty of time. Throw well overthrown. Yeah, a little bit outside.
Yeah, there you go. That's going to bring up 4th down. I should mention this program is brought to you by the Backers, our Plymouth Community TV sponsor team. We're proud to have the Backers supporting the youth and teams in our community. You can be part of this by calling the studio at 893-0006. Someone will get back to you and talk about how you can be part of this programming on TV 14.
The punter back deep for the Eisenhower Lions is Canada, who returns kicks, plays halfback. And that's a bit.
First bad snap. See if we have time to get the kick off.
Actually, that's not a bad kick.
That really isn't a bad kick.
Didn't get the hop we wanted. Give Gavin Falk a lot of credit.
Give him a lot of credit.
Well,
Falk,
he ends up getting about a 25-yard punt. It won't work for his average, but for the game tonight, it's a great job.
Wow. The Panther Football Booster Club thanks all the fans of Panther Football and the many businesses in our community who support our cause. Our goal is to support the coaches and molding young men who do well in the field, even better in life. Thank you to Plymouth TV Community TV, filming and broadcasting Panther football for many years. Keep up the good work as always. Go Panthers.
7:12 left in the first quarter from Finke Field. No score. Eisenhower's moved the ball a little bit. The Panthers were 3 and out. A little bit of a quick trap up the middle. Nothing
Nice
doing.
job.
Nothing doing. Let's see who's on the bottom of that pile. Number 56.
Ryan Brooks was in there somewhere, number 56.
Number 56, Ryan Brooks. You're right, Mike.
Then polished off a little bit by Kellner, I believe.
Came down from his end spot. Jared Beck at the nose, I think, did a little stuffing people up.
2nd on almost 10. Passing situation possibly for New Berlin, yes, and there they go.
there's
That was a little scary. They got ahead of us a little bit
well,
there, but the pass was
it
overthrown.
wasn't bad coverage, Mike. The ball seemed to just drift a little bit. If I'm early in the season, I'm going to test the other team's DBs. Can you cover us deep? If you can, then we go underneath. But so it brings up 3rd and long for New Berlin Eisenhower.
Next week, the Plymouth Panthers go to Sheboygan Falls in a non-conference game. We'll be bringing that to you.
Yep, Derek Schweiger, 65. They switch around a little bit. They put Bricks on the nose. Schweiger comes out at a standing D end. Keller at the other D end. This is where Coach Schnauz has all kinds of fun.
And there we go. Nice job.
That's exactly what we're talking about. They basically, in the NFL, they would call it a zone blitz.
Yep.
Some of those standing linemen dropped back, and they brought linebackers, and it was extremely successful.
The tackle was, I think, by Joe Chandler, number 32. That brings up a 4th down, and the Panthers do a nice job here. Who's going back here for the Panthers here, Scott?
I can see the number, I can tell you.
I think it's Cody Kuhn, number 11.
It is. Good hands, good quickness. Rugby style kick, good kick. Now Kuhn put his hand up and fair caught it. That's excellent. Now they're going to, I think the flag is going to be, he didn't give a definitive enough, but I saw the hand go up. Now I haven't read the football rule book in 10 years now, almost.
That's too bad. That was enough for me. I'm going to talk about Miller and Belt. Missed opportunities can leave a person full of regret. That's why Miller and Belt Incorporated is giving you so many opportunities to get you Simplicity tractor and riding lawnmower. You'll find season-ending deals now at Miller and Belt. And of course, let's not talk about steel chainsaws and trimmers. I know we've got one.
And they work just fine.
And of course, don't even think about preseason savings on Simplicity snowblowers. That's all at Miller and Belt.
I was up north this weekend. I thought about snowblowers.
The Paddock Club. Visit the Paddock Club, located in downtown Elkhart Lake, with Chef Lynn Chisholm. Celebrates the bounty of local farmers using old world techniques by making artesian handmade pasta, bread, smokehouse meat sandwiches, so much
on
more.
The ball. 5:55 to go in the first. 0-0.
Comfort food for your love of you and your family. That's the Paddock Club. Another flag. It's coming back.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a hold.
That's coming back.
Nicely run play. Now that right there shows Staling's the key to Sam. Besides his
quickness, he can certainly get around the corner
when he's strong.
Yep.
He's just got some natural strength.
This is going to be expensive.
This is looking like a first game, Mike, huh?
Yeah. Instead of a first down, it's going to bring up a first down and 10. It's going to bring up a first down and all of 20.
Well, I know talking to Coach Cron, they just feel that, you know, until that line really gels. Now, they have a couple starters back from that line. You know, they've got Litke, they got Schweiger, but they're young and inexperienced if they can get to the outside.
First and 22 from their own 12. They keep it on the ground.
Samuel Staling, the ball carrier.
Staling carries the ball, picks up about 3. Second and 19, 5, even 5, so it'll be second and about 18, 19. They got it down at 22. It's not 22 on the board.
No. They got second and 17 or so.
Now they put it at 17.
The Panthers have to get up to the 35-yard line for a first down.
Okay, Falk's got a lot of time for Falk. Nice catch.
It was a nice catch in traffic.
Nice catch. Now that's a nice target to throw to. 6'6", 210 pounds.
Yes. Brings up a third and manageable situation. Third down and all of a 7, maybe 8.
Good throw, but that was a nice catch in traffic by Keller. Pretty much they're bringing a little bit of heat, but the line's doing a good job. Falk going deep. Nothing there.
Double covered anyway. Pass was intended, I think, for...
well, he only had one receiver in what would be first down territory.
Yeah.
And that was Staling, and he threw it where nobody else could get it. So it wasn't a bad play by Gavin Falk, but he's going to go back to kick the football. Hopefully the snap will be better.
Yes.
Here again, you get early season jitters. It happens. They're, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids.
Much better. Nice snap, nice kick.
That's going to get a great roll.
That's going to roll down inside the 25. Now it's picked up and brought back. We've got and brought back to the 40s. That'll be 1st and 10.
Fans are, I don't know if you can see
start
it
things up.
on the TV, but the fans are talking about the block, completely legal, heads in front of the shoulder. In fact, it was a good block.
Let me talk about Wisconsin Bank and Trust. They proudly support Plymouth Athletics. Stop in and see them at 2511 Eastern Avenue in Plymouth, or give Wisconsin Bank and Trust a call at 893-4444.
After that first couple series, Panthers have done a nice job against Eisenhower's offense. Second back through, good line push. Boy, offensive line had a great line push, picked up about 7. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter from Finke Field, 0-0. Second and a long 3. Again, they're running a no huddle, but at the end of the day, what it does not do is it still takes them a while to run the play. Well, under center for the first time, in an I formation for the first time. Usually there's a lead blocker in that. They're just going to go power football. They're going to pick up the first down, third first down of the night for Eisenhower. You know, the first couple series, some coaches script them to see what they can do, Mike. And I think right now Eisenhower is saying, let's just quit being fancy and just try to power it up the middle.
We're checking some equipment here. A few issues with sound, I believe, if I'm not mistaken yet. We'll get that straightened out by the time regular season comes around. Some of these cables brought out for the first time to another year of football.
And another mistake by Eisenhower in that two backs. I don't know if the snap was late or what, but both backs moved, and it's going to take them back another 5 yards. So it'll be first and 15. Eisenhower at their own, just touching the 46. 3:15. It'll be snapped in at under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Again, looks like a first game from what are projected to be pretty good football teams this season. Quarterback back, 2 backs split either side.
Back to the air.
Back in the air, is forced to scramble. Looking deep, throws it, whoa, well out of bounds.
They'll bring up 3rd down and 15.
You know, my high school quarterbacks, and I know their quarterback coach, Stevie Radomski, it's hard to get him to scan a field. I mean, that's asking a lot. It's hard for some pro quarterbacks to do that.
Yep.
He's had some people open on the under pattern. He's hit 1 or 2 of them. When he's throwing it deep, he hasn't had much success. But that was not bad coverage at all by the Panthers.
It was very good coverage. On 2nd down, 15.
Gets it to the outside. Oh, slips the tackle. That's going to hurt. The missed tackle hurts. They had a tackle at about a 6-yard gain. Instead, now they're down to the 27-yard line. Eisenhower has a decent crowd having to come way up here. Now, for the people from the Berlin-Eisenhower, they probably figured you might see some cows walking around on the field, but no, cows didn't show up yet tonight.
So it is 1st and 10 for New Berlin-Eisenhower inside the 30-yard line of the Panthers. 2:27 left in the first quarter.
Little cross buck.
Some missed tackles allowed a first down here. You cannot allow those.
You know, little new running back combination.
Wow. Hand it to the running back. He broke off a lot of people that did not wrap up, and he gets down inside the 20, down to near the 15-yard line. 1st and 10.
Devin Colburn was running back on that play. So 2 minutes to go in the first quarter because the running back went out of bounds. First down, just shy of the Panther 15-yard line. Eisenhower mounting a good drive. There they got
There's a nice
penetration up the middle. And there's where there's where you see some, you know, what you see in the Panther defense, where they line up might not be where they're going. You know, Coach Knaus has got 6 people. Actually, he's got 8 people to bring in wherever he wants. Second and 10, 1:40 to go in the first quarter. Eisenhower knocking on the door at the Panther 16-yard line. Going deep, and it's a touchdown. Well thrown ball, well defended. The number 84, Sullivan Kuju 6'6", and the Panthers number 81, Ben Petrikas is 5'11", and 6'6" beat 5'11". Well defended, but just well thrown up where the 6'6" kid caught it. So New Berlin Eisenhower draws first blood. 1:24 to left in the first quarter. Left foot kicker comes on. Number 3, Bryce Wesling. Looking at the extra point. Snap is good. Placement down. The kick is just fine. And 1:24 to go in the first quarter. New Berlin Eisenhower takes a 7-0 lead.
The score, New Berlin Eisenhower Lions 7, your Plymouth Panthers 0.
Plymouth Furniture and Bedding Showrooms, located behind McDonald's in Plymouth, has a fine selection of furniture, including sofas, gliders, recliners, tables, mattresses, bedroom sets, dining room sets, a full line of leather sofas, chairs, plus a whole lot more. Stop in and look around at Plymouth Furniture and Bedding Showrooms. You'll be delighted with what you see. Papa Murphy's offers custom-made take-and-bake pizzas featuring high-quality fresh toppings, generously layered on dough made fresh each morning. Experience the home-baked aroma of convenient, delicious meal. Papa's Murphy's. Love it. 425 degrees. And Ace Hardware and Equipment Rental, located at 24th Thayer Street in Plymouth, has everything you need to tackle all those fall lawn care projects. Aerators, shot cutters, thatchers, vapors, edgers, trenchers, lawn spreaders, and a whole bunch more. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Saturday, 8 to 4, 893-8676. That's Ace Supply and Equipment Rental.
Well, you know, Eisenhower had moved the ball in their first possession, was stymied on their second. On their third one, they got into the end zone. They ran the ball, threw it well, made some nice plays, back deep for the Panthers to return a kick. Number 25, Sam Staling, number 11, Cody Kuhn.
I think it's important, Scott, that the offense start to open up here and maybe maintain the ball for a while and give that defense a little bit of a rest.
Get a couple, well, you know, in high school, a lot of kids play both ways. But the situation here is, you're right, to get, if nothing else, get a little confidence that they can move the ball. They've been close. Big penalty hurt them. They had a first down, but penalties have hurt Eisenhower as well.
Kuhn and Salem back for the Panthers.
Kuhn to return the football, gets it at about the 7, coming right up the middle, and he is hit hard.
Down to the 21 or 22-yard line, and that's where the Panther offense will go to work.
Not only that, they knocked Joe Chandler, one of the blockers, right into Cody Kuhn, so return of about 15 yards at the 27-yard line. So you're right, Mike, they're on the left side of the formation. I've generally seen Stilling run a little better going to his right. But they have to get the football. You have to get a rhythm. They haven't had the ball enough to get a rhythm at all.
Let's talk about some of the linemen. Bierbaum, number 51. Litke, number 52. Schwager, 65. Myers, 66. Rush, 70. Those are your down and dirty linemen. They don't get much credit, but boy, nothing happens if the linemen do not get the job done. There's your reverse.
First to Cooney, gets it up the middle, picks up, looked like it was going to go a ways, picks up about 2 yards.
I really thought that was going to open up, but it closed up very, very quickly.
I think it's a great call, but against really good teams, you have a hard time fooling them. You know, against really good teams, against programs. The Woodland Conference is very balanced. I'm thinking Eisenhower I know they're about our size, maybe a little bit bigger, but the conference is very, very balanced. You know.
Back to pass.
You know, I don't know all the teams in the Woodland because there's 2 different divisions, but I know Eisenhower has New Berlin Eisenhower, New Berlin West, Tulsa West is in the Woodland, Cudahy's in the Woodland. I think McQuantico, Muskego. So, you know, those are teams that are all 700 to 900 kids.
Yep.
And they're suburban kids. In fact, they probably in their conference don't have to drive more than 15 minutes to get to a football game. You know, outside the conference, obviously they do. Whereas this year, I just drove past Winneconne in the car. It's an hour and 10 minutes.
Wow.
You know,
On 3rd down and 7.
nice job by Gavin Falk. Nice job to find Jake Schneider over the middle.
Completed to Jake Schneider at the
Now,
30.
Schneider gets that first down, and the Panthers has,
Right.
is this the first one?
Yes, they had one call back. They had one and call back, but that was a good job of Falk getting outside contained. Schneider curling up into the middle of the field, finding the open space. Falk found him. First down, Panthers at their own 35-yard line. Gives them a little bit of breathing room if nothing else. Staling on a direct snap, getting outside, did a nice job to pick up anything. Picks up about 7 yards.
Samuel Staling, the ball carrier.
Staling in the Wildcat.
40-yard line. Dakota Gress.
Nice job, gain of about 6. That brings up a second down
You know,
and 4.
if you're Eisenhower, they've read the reports, they've seen the list. Sam is listed as the top 5 defensive back in his class, and if he could be listed as a running back, he'd be listed as top 15, one of the top 50 players in the state. So obviously they're going to key off on him. Kuhn catches a ball.
Nice catch, even better tackle. Gonna bring up,
Ball's pass is completed to Cody Kuhn.
Tell you that good hit won't bother Cody Kuhn at all.
you betcha.
Dewey's completed.
3rd and a half a yard. Panthers sit on their own 44.5-yard line. They have to get to the 45. And that is the end of the first quarter.
The New Berlin Eisenhower Lions 7. Your
So the first quarter comes to an end with the Panthers trailing the New Berlin Eisenhower Lions 7-0. Scott Richards, Mike Briggs, Kurt Zalp will be back. Mike, a message from one of our sponsors.
2020 Vision has dedicated to the eye care needs of their patients for over 20 years. They're committed to providing the best care for their patients. Isn't it time for your checkup? Call 2020 Vision today at 893-EYES. Be wise, take care of your eyes. Also, Plymouth Plumbing and Heating offers a wide variety of services, including faucet repair, drain cleaning. They also have a large range of products: water heaters, softeners, boilers, disposals, all Kohler products. Stop out at corner of PP and Pleasant View Road. That's Plymouth Plumbing and Heating. Stuck in a state of falling behind, struggling to keep up with your kids' finances and insurance? Let State Farm agent Jen Schultz in Plymouth help you simplify and get to a better state. Because Jim's handling of auto, home, life insurance, everything all in one place. Call State Farm today, 893-9668. And one last one, Meyer Motors in Plymouth is your source for new and quality pre-owned trucks, SUVs, minivans. Meyer Motors has been doing business in Plymouth right here since 1926. That probably is when you were supposed to graduate from high school, wasn't it, Scott?
I think I bought my first car then.
And Meyer Motors, always a better deal. First play from scrimmage, and it's going to start this second half, and it's going to be close. It's going to be where they mark it.
It's a right foot, left foot. If it got to the line and they're saying it did, then it's a first down. Both guys on this side who would
It's
have
on
the
the
better
line.
ball, right? Because it's on the right hash. One of the linesmen.
Decisions. They are going to give the first down.
Well, more importantly,
Without
Mike,
a
that's
measurement,
their second
they're moving
first
the
down.
chains. I think there's a coach over on the other sidelines that has a disagreement with that, but we're moving the chains. First and 10 Panthers from their own 45.
Staley looking to get, he gets,
Oh, he breaks through one there.
well, I tell you what Sam did well, Mike, because he just plain lowered his shoulder.
Yeah.
Arm tackles will not stop him.
Now, this is the first time the Panthers have bounced into New Berlin Eisenhower territory. They've crossed the 50-yard line down to the 43-yard line of New Berlin Eisenhower. First and 10 Panthers in New Berlin Eisenhower territory.
Nice block. Oh, I'll tell you what, if Gavin would have been just a little patient, that actually was a very nice block. Good kick-out block by number 52, Lidke, but he turned it up, went into the next tackler. So the blocking, that was a little bootleg, boot keep, but
7-yard loss on the play.
he's got to be a little more patient because the play was looking like it was going to develop.
2nd and 17, Scott. Panthers have to get to the 34, 33-yard line for a first down.
Well played.
Nice coverage, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really well played. I thought that Gavin would really focus on Sam Staling, but he didn't. He looked for Cody Kuhn. That was the guy that was more open, but it was just very, very well played by Eisenhower. Mike, here's the situation. Now you're looking 3rd and long.
Yeah.
We've moved the ball a little bit. Pick up half of it. You'd have to think about going for it. Get down inside the 40. Maybe not, but
Yeah. Big 3rd down situation for the Panthers. Again, it's 3rd down and, it's 16, 17 yards.
in the pocket, our offensive line has really done a nice job. Now they're going to
Bit of a screen. I don't think there's any doubt here, though. They got 6 back. It's going to bring up down a 4th and 11.
Right, a screen, but they really didn't have any linemen that got out front of Sam. But good call. But again, I think teams are going to key Staling. If I'm coaching against us, I'm going to. They're going to kick it away, back deep. Number 23, Candidate deep again. Falk will kick it. So anything can happen with your quarterback as the punter.
On 4th down.
Boy, that's a nice boot.
It's a nice one. Fair catch called inside the 10.
That's a nice boot, boy. That's a 40-yard kick. 40-yard kick, growing rugby style.
Primetime is your one-stop shop for smartphones, home phones, satellite TV service, internet, and Radio Shack products. Primetime cellular and satellite partners include Cellcom, Radio Shack, Dish Network, DirecTV, and Exceed. Your primetime today at 534 Walton Drive, next to the new Dollar Tree. Give them a call, 893-2000. That's Primetime Cellular. They're going to see if they can grind it out, I think, Scott. Get out. They're deep in their own end zone. They started from their own 8 or 9.
And they showed in that last series that looked like they were going to go power football, and then he got away from it, but they ended up completing a couple big plays. Split at the bottom of the screen, safety right in the middle of the field. He might just be open.
Make that tackle, make it.
The running back is not open.
It wasn't so much the tackle.
No, but
it was waiting for a lot of help to show up, and that really was nice.
He slowed everything down.
Yep.
He loses a couple of yards, brought down by a host of Panthers.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Now, here's where Coach Knaus has fun. Here again, I call these zone schemes where he'll bring somebody that you don't expect. They've had a lot of success for the last number of years since he's gone to this defense. Under patterns tend to be open here.
Oh, they keep it on the ground.
They're not going to get a first down of it, which is good job by the defense.
I was a little worried there. The Panthers They will bring out the punt team, and the Panthers will hold.
Back on the tackle.
Now, they used a rugby style. That's something that we never saw for most of our careers.
Right.
First down.
So on 4th down and 3, New Berlin Eisenhower will be punting it away. We've got a receiver sitting there right on around the 50-yard line. Well, Panthers will get, we hope, very good field position here.
Delay a game.
They took a lot of time.
I think it's delay a game. It's either that or a procedure. Well, the delay of game comes from the back, Judge, so that's not a delay game. It's probably a procedure of
It
some
probably was
kind.
a head over the football. Will be marched off against New Berlin. I would like a signal. Anything will do.
He went up to his mouth almost like it's a mouth guard signal.
5-yard penalty is marched off against the line.
Nobody knows.
Well, he went to his mouth, which might be that a mouth guard has to be in when you come up to the line of scrimmage. I don't know. All I know is he's kicking from out of his end zone.
It's the first game for the referees too. Let's face that.
Up, Cody put his hand up just fine.
just in time. Panthers
Good kick.
will start in New Berlin Eisenhower territory.
7:22 to go in the second quarter. Panthers down 7, but they've moved the ball and they've held them.
Yep.
That's the key.
Local, independent, like you, Waldo State Bank, serving the community since 1913. Weren't you driving about that time, Scott?
Thank you.
119 North Depot Street, Waldo, Wisconsin. Member FDIC, that's Waldo State Bank. Here's the keeper. Oh, so some room.
Well, I'll tell you what, they skied on Staling, and Gavin Falk showed that speed down the sideline.
Forced out of bounds by number 23, Jordan Kennedy. But not until another Plymouth Panther first.
Now down inside New Berlin.
That's the largest gain the Panthers have had tonight.
Down at the 24, that really opens up your offense.
The coaches saw something where they were just being lackadaisical against the quarterback, apparently.
Or they're just keying Staling.
Yep. And you would too.
Yeah, absolutely, as I've said. No, it doesn't. Yep, we got a face
Late
mask.
flag. Now that late flag could easily be.
Tackled by number 20.
Well, we'll wait for the signal.
Flag on the field.
Okay, you got the 5 and the 15. 5 where you touch the face guard, 15 where you actually
Yep.
yank them down by it. Looks like it's a 5-yard penalty.
Well, they'll be taking the penalty, which is better than the yardage, plus they get the down back.
Right. Well, it's now 1st and 2.
Yep. So not only do they get the penalty, they get it where it occurred, which got them some extra yards. It's the 5 plus what they got.
It's a spot foul, so it's at the spot of the fault.
There's a mix-up somewhere.
Well, they brought Keller in the ballgame. I forget what his nickname. Harold Carmichael. That's his nickname.
Tell me that.
Harold Carmichael was a 6'8" receiver in the NFL. So his nickname is Harold Carmichael. And Ethan Keller, they threw it out there. It didn't look so good.
No, it looked like there was a mix-up.
My suspicion is we're going to see the bread and butter right now.
I think they're going back to the run game here. Second
Well, you got
and 2.
Staling in the Wildcat, so good chances he's going to get the snap.
Yep. It's going to be close. Might be just a half a yard short. The ball's going to be spotted. We'll see where they spot it. Just short of the 15.
They're saying 3rd because the down marker's on the other side of the 15.
3rd and 1 for Plymouth.
It's a short one. It's a huge 3rd down situation for the Panthers, but it's a 4-down territory also. No mistakes here, guys. Let's get this. You bet. You bet. Nice job. Going to get 1 and got almost 5. Down to the 10.
What's nice about Staling, Mike, is he's obviously got quickness, but he uses some savvy as well. Now he keeps his legs churning, ducks his shoulder to get through contact. He's a complete package. I know he catches the ball well.
They're calling it 1st and goal right at the 10. This has been a drive. They got the ball inside New Berlin Eisenhower territory, but it's been a nice drive regardless. Boy, they do swarm quick, don't they?
That time they did a good job. Pulling guard, just couldn't quite get a piece of the blitzing linebacker. And here's the thing, regardless of what happens, Plymouth gets the kick at the half. So
Yeah. 5:25 left in the first half. Clock running. Second down and 10. We do want points here. Nice student crowd out tonight for a before school starts game. Nice crowd in the stand. The Finke Friars must have been out tonight. That was incomplete.
well, they ran a crisscross pattern. We might have called it a pick pass back in the day. Looking at Keller, almost picked off. Almost picked off.
3rd and goal for Plymouth.
Now,
Another big third down situation.
Now, Plymouth does have a good and experienced kicker in Jared Weinbauer if they don't have success on this play. Double slot formation, slot right, slot left. Falk looking right, a little bit of pressure. He's going to get
Little room,
outside.
lots of
though.
room. Let's get it.
Lots of good things can happen here. He's out of bounds at the 3. You know,
Now you got some decisions to make.
well, and that's where you have a
More like the 3.
a more mobile quarterback like Falk really put some pressure on that defense. They're going to go for it.
On the play. Brings the ball
Fourth
down inside
And fourth and goal from the 3.
Coach Canals calling a timeout so they can think it over a little bit, Mike.
How they do that, I'm going to talk about one of our backers. For the largest selection of diamond and colored gemstone jewelry, shop at Niesman's Diamond Center, where you always find a great buy. Niesman's is located at W5132 County Trunk O, just north of 23 in the corner of Pleasant View Road and County Trunk O. That's Niesman's Diamond Center. Four Season Comfort is all about quality service with your comfort in mind, servicing all of Sheboygan County. They specialize in installing and servicing residential and commercial cooling and heating systems, including boilers. If you're looking for an update on your furnace or AC unit, call the experts at Four Season Comfort, 565-2095. Four Seasons. And Bank First National. At Bank First National, you'll discover what community banking is all about. Local people making local decisions to help make banking easy. Our ties to the Plymouth community and area are strong, and they're fully committed to our community. Visit us today and discover what makes Bank First National an easy choice for all your financial needs. The Plymouth Panthers looked like they were going to go for it. They did take a timeout. Gail Grahn is the only guy that went out into the circle, I think. We can plan on a 4th and goal from the 3.
And again, it's a situation, it's a non-conference. And I hate to say it like this because it does not count for playoffs against a quality opponent. Let's see what we can do.
Here we go. He's got the pass. He's got to get to the end zone.
He did not.
He kicks it.
Oh, they're going to
Does
put it out.
not get there.
He did not get there. He did not get there.
Sam Staley.
That is foot on the one. I think great play. Great play by Eisenhower as well. Great call. They snuck Sam out of the backfield.
He is denied the goal line. First down.
A foot short. And this is where New Berlin Eisenhower will take over at the 1 foot yard line. That close to a touchdown.
What I've been really impressed by, Mike, so far is those defensive backs and linebackers tackling of Eisenhower, man. They lower that shoulder and they get it right on top of you. Eisenhower just trying, and they get some room. They get it out to the 6 yard line, pick up a good 5 yards. 4:36 to go in the first half. I mean, that was a great defensive play. I thought Stilling had it. I really did.
When I saw the
Yep, I saw he put the mark down. I knew he didn't.
When it flipped up in the air, I thought maybe, but the referee was right on the spot.
Right. Well, I think what happened is his foot hit the line before the ball hit the pylon.
Yeah. Second down and 5. They're going to get a first down.
I'm not so convinced that if Eisenhower just pounds it at us, they wouldn't have some success. Because when they've done it, that was their offensive line. His last 2 plays just took charge.
The defense a little down right now because they thought they could get that touchdown. And so They got to rally back. 1st and 10. Let's talk about, I'm going to mention those linemen, the guys that go down here on the defense. Kyle Birnbaum, that's 51. Oh, I'm sorry. Go to my defense here. Ryan Brooks, number 56. Also,
Pickup of about
Jared
3,
Beck,
3:39 to
78.
go. Eisenhower keeping it on the ground.
Drives the middle. Short gain on the play.
That's a long way to go. They're going to have to, they don't, they, I believe, have all their timeouts left, but they're going to have to complete something of some note here, bringing in a bit of a line change here. I'm talking hockey language.
we're closing in on 3 minutes left in the first half.
How they got a timeout? Just took them too long to get everybody onto the field.
During that timeout, I'm going to mention a couple more of our backers, like Plymouth Glass is a family-run business, and we're honored to serve the people of our community. We have lived here in our entire lives, and very important to us to treat our customers well. At Plymouth Glass, we offer a wide variety of services. Stop in at Plymouth Glass. We're ready to handle all your glass needs. Also, Wagner Auto Body. Is your car embarrassed to go out on the road because it has a few wrinkles? Why not give it a treat? Like a facelift at Wagner Auto Body, the plastic surgeon of auto industry. Witness the rebirth of your vehicle. Wagner Auto Body, 892-8706. Now, the Plymouth Panther offense did a nice job in that series. They just couldn't capitalize on that one play.
Well, Falk had a big gain. They got it down inside, and they went for it on 4th and goal from about the 3.5. I thought it was a really well-run play, but it was just a good defensive play by Eisenhower. Here, as I was saying, good. You don't fool good teams.
Right.
And I go back to the Falls rivalry, Mike, where you played those well-coached Falls teams. You didn't fool them. You can beat them. You didn't beat them by just plain fooling them. That's the play I was talking about. Big play right over the middle.
That can't be allowed.
Quarterback carry to number 86, Stephen Haluzin.
Ben Petrikis in on the tackle for the Panthers.
Under 3 minutes, 2 timeouts left, but that does get them out to the 32. Okay, they're huddling up now. They're not going to the no huddle, but even in the no huddle, they send a play in. Usually it's a number and a signal, and then the players look at their little cards. Quarterback makes a call. Quarterback's under center now. Double slot.
There's the pitch. There's too much room out there. Another first down and out of bounds. So not only does it get a first down, it stops the clock.
Stops the clock. Not real good tackling on the play. We talked about the great tackling job that Eisenhower's backs have done so far against some pretty talented, especially talented Sam Staling. That time they had a shot to stop that well before a first down, just didn't make the play.
2:25 left in the half.
You know, I even noticed, Mike, left hash, right hash for Eisenhower. I don't think it makes any difference. They just run what they're going to run. Lots of people at the top. Double flanker at the top. Tell you,
notice how the receiver came back for that ball. That's just nice coaching.
Absolutely. Well, what was important for them is not only that, but and we were a little slow stopping the clock. A little. That's good.
Berlin Eisenhower has broken into the Panther territory.
Well, it's only about about a 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4, but it stopped the clock and it got them some positive yardage. Okay. All right, I don't quite get this one because it was a stop clock, but Eisenhower decided to stop the clock.
With 1:55 left in the half, New Berlin Eisenhower takes a timeout. Advanced Eye Care and Doctors Tim and Cheryl Ziegler know that performing your best on the field, diamond, or gym requires total fitness, including your eyes. The Advanced Eye Care staff takes care of your eye health needs with total vision and eye health testing. Advanced Eye Care, leading the way to total vision wellness. 893-8474, Advanced Eye Care. Jim's Appliance Repair, Service, and Sales, the one-stop shop for all your appliance needs. Jim DeRoon A certified technician provides in-home service and repair for appliances, washers, dryers, dishwashers, refrigerators, ovens, ice makers, microwaves, garbage disposals on same-day service. 892-2333, Jim's Appliance Repair. I did not think they had to take a timeout. I think they went out of bounds.
They went out of bounds. The clock was stopped. It just must be they want to get themselves organized, or they got something up their sleeve this time of year. A play they haven't run a lot. I mean, the Panthers are in I hate to call it a prevent, but they're definitely.
Caught.
Okay, caught, but tackled in bounds. Now the clock is going to continue to run.
They probably called 2 or 3 plays there in that timeout because it's 3rd down and 2, and they're waiting to get going.
Well, now they just want to get a first down. I'm surprised that what the.
Boy, that was a weak snap.
Well, that was definitely
that was not planned.
Back to the Lion 49-yard line.
No,
It will be 4th down.
That-
Berlin Eisenhower.
that mistake is going to make New Berlin Eisenhower think through a couple
And
things.
then Panther timeout.
And the Panthers take a timeout.
Well, it's, I was surprised. Third and 2, why the quarterback in that situation doesn't go under center.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
There was a mistake made.
you just fool yourself.
Yeah. They try to get a little too fancy, maybe. Next week, I want to remind everybody, next week we go on the road. We go over to Sheboygan Falls in what is a non-conference game, but it's always a rivalry.
Well, it certainly is. And Falls has been down the last several years, but they've generally played us tough for a while. I mean, they're Jims and Joes beat X's and O's.
Yeah.
And you got to have some talent, but I think they're working hard. You're right. It's always a Falls game. It's really weird for the first time in my life that it's not a conference game. I guess there was an option for Falls to join what's now called the Eastern Conference. And they just said, why do we want to travel to Berlin and Winnicott and whatever? We'll stick with a lot of our old rivalries, and that more power to them.
With 1:08 left in the half, New Berlin Eisenhower will be kicking it away.
Now you decide you go for a return or a block. It's harder to block with these rugby-style kicking situations. That's a good kick.
And the Panthers will take over at the 12-yard line with 1:01 left.
Westling's punt travels.
Maybe just run it a couple times.
Well, you got a kid that's a 4.55 or so. I think you might see Falk a little one up, but you're right. The thing is, the Panthers have certainly gone toe-to-toe for a good part of this half, except for one series. They've moved the ball a little bit, but the reality is they're still down 7-0. But you do get the ball to start the second half. I'm sure. And they were down 1, so now they got next.
And here we go. Incomplete.
Tell you, our offensive line has given Gavin Falk some time. Give them some credit. Now they're only rushing 4 more often than not. There looks like they dropped 7, rush 4, maybe even only 3. But they've done a pretty nice job of giving him some time.
.56 seconds left in the half. They're going to go one more to the air. Caught in traffic.
Very nice catch.
Yes.
Nice throw, nice catch.
Not enough for a first down, but a nice.
By Cody Coon.
And they go quickly up the line here. 39 seconds left and the clock running. Incomplete.
There they had some pressure up the middle. I'll tell you, Gavin Falk does a nice job, not only when he gets outside, but moving around in the pocket. There's a little bit of a slow wind-up on his throw. You look at, but again, he's just a junior, early in the junior season.
That's a 3-and-out for the Panthers with 32 seconds left.
Now Eisenhower, are you going to try to block it or return it?
I'm going to see what happens here. This puts a little pressure on everyone now. Probably no more pressure than the first snap back that caused some pressure on the punter. Gets the punt off nicely, taken at the 40. Coming back to the 45 to midfield, just short of midfield, and things will stop right there with 19 seconds left.
So 19 seconds, they got one timeout, we got two. My thoughts are they're going to see if they can, you know, they're either going to launch one deep or just try to run the ball and get into halftime. Little dance line show at halftime. Look like a youth dance line.
Yeah, that's going to be happening up here. We're not going to be covering that. We'll be going to some music and whatever Gary finds in the
You aren't singing,
cabinet.
are you? Mike, you're not singing, are you?
That is correct. I am not.
Yeah, well, good. You'd be kind of a rapper, I would think.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Yeah. Too many. They're going to get a procedure penalty. Too many people in the huddle. You saw the kid run off at the end. You only get 11. If you got 12, you get a penalty.
The early indication.
I think we're probably going to. We might even see a kneel down now. Never liked kneel down, especially
This
in this
could be a
situation.
knee one and just get it done here.
This has not been a mistake-free first half by either team.
No. Well, they're going to go to the air.
Well covered so far.
Incomplete. 9 seconds left.
Okay, I think that might be a case where you're trying to get the ball in the field goal range. They had two receivers wide, hook up at about 20. Both were covered well. Sam Carey, the quarterback, did a good job just throwing it away, basically.
I'll try to get some stats from Kevin Rutbed, the guy on the field that's been taking down all the numbers, and try to get that bounced up to everybody in our viewing audience as we start the second half.
Same thing, looking deep. This time they're going to the corner, thrown out of bounds. Gavin Falk is in at safety. These passing situations, they will generally bring him. He's rangy, certainly rangy kid. Listed at 6'1". He might even be 6'2". 4 seconds. You can run a play in 4. You can't run 2 of them. They're not going to run a quick out.
They've got to go for everything here with 4 seconds left.
Unless they got a Hail Mary. We'll find out if they line up 3 on one side, and I'm not seeing that happening. Falk and Kuhn are deep.
Whoa, there's a hit to end this.
Well,
there's a hit to end the half.
Coverage sack. Keller with the hit, but a good coverage sack.
And that will end the half. The score at halftime, New Berlin Eisenhower 7, the Panthers 0. And the Panthers will start with the ball when we start the second half. And we'll be right back. You are watching the Plymouth Panther Television Network. Second half here. Mike Briggs with Scott Richards. Plymouth Panthers down 7-0. I sent some stats. You should be seeing some stats shortly coming up on the screen. I've got a few for you.
Cody Kuhn is deep, as is Sam Spaling for the Panthers.
Give you an idea about some things that in the first half, not a memorable half for anyone. Plymouth had 5 first downs. And let's see, rushing, they were 13 carries for 61 yards. Gavin Falk was, let's see here, 6 for 13 for 37 yards. New Berlin was 8 for 13. Their quarterback 8 for 13 for 94 yards, 1 interception, but they had a touchdown. Rushing wise, they were 19 carries for 64 yards, and we are starting the second half, Scott.
Well, if you're the Eisenhower coaches, you were a little disappointed because you thought you had some other opportunities that you didn't capitalize on. If you're the Panther coaches, with the mistakes you made, you're still only down 7. Eisenhower scored on a play where they executed it well. Plymouth Panthers were down inside the 5 and just were a foot short of the goal line. So overall, the Panthers get the ball to start the second half. I think you'll see more of the same. Falk and Staling, once in a while, mix in the throw to one of the other receivers.
Trying to test the end. Gets around the corner, but they come up quick. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2, Scott.
Gain of about 2. Cody Kuhn is quick, and here again, on that play, you get Kuhn in motion to what they now call the jet sweep. But again, what I've been impressed with Eisenhower, I mean, they're a solid team. Their DBs, they come up and hit. Yep. I mean, they just stop Kuhn right smack in his tracks. And our kids aren't always used to seeing that. But again, as the new conference unfolds, they're going to see some pretty good ball teams. So we'll see what happens.
We'll get the names of those down linemen again, Scott, if we could at the after this play. Whoa, breaks the tackle. 15 yards.
Now that's what they needed. They needed somebody just to make a play. They got, again, the Panthers this season want to get the ball on the wings. They want to get it outside the tackles because they think that's where they're going to have success. And that's an example of what they're hoping to do as the season unfolds.
That was Kuhn that got that first down, I believe.
It was.
Ball in the 45. Oh, nice. 10-yard, 11-yard
Well,
gain.
you were gonna talk about the offensive line. Give them some credit.
Yeah, let's
that
talk
time
about
they gave that crease to Staling to pick up 11 yards right up the middle.
51, Kyle Birnbaum. 52, Tyler Lutke. Number 65, Derek Swager. Number 66, Mitch Meyer. Number 70, Logan Rush. Those are your down linemen. Those 5 guys made that hole happen. Not this time.
Play really slow to develop. Good job. The little flow to the ball by Eisenhower. You know, you're in a 4-4, Mike, and you've run a 4-4. Remember, we used to coach together. You know, you will slant the linemen. It's not like they sit in a 4-man. They may have slanted that way. They may have slanted to their left, which made it more difficult to make those blocks.
The whole key is to mix up the down linemen on their blocking area or to flood an area.
The 4-4 started to counteract the wishbone offense way back when. Little shuttle pass. Good run. Good run by Staling.
Shovel pass is complete to Sam Staling. Jordan Kennedy.
There was contact 3-4 yards back from where the ball is.
Yep.
So he's got a little hitch in his giddy up coming out.
Big third down situation. The ball on the 40-yard line of New Berlin. Panthers looking at a 3rd and a long 5. And this is another one they're gonna. If they don't get it, we'll see if they go on 4th.
It might, early in the 3rd quarter, I think if they don't get it, they might try to pin Eisenhower back. Let's hope they get it. And
intercepted.
That maybe could go
and
all
this
the way.
is not good. This could go the distance. All the way. Touchdown, New Berlin Eisenhower.
You know, Eisenhower's been close a couple times on picking the ball off.
Yep.
There was just a button hook turn in.
He takes it.
A 65-yard touchdown after interception. New Berlin Eisenhower. Pass was right in the hand. Nice job by the defensive.
They've been jumping routes more often than not. They've knocked the ball down. That time it was right there. It was a flood route on the bottom of the screen to the offensive left side. Unless Eisenhower looking to kick the extra point. 9:29 in the 3rd. Kick is buried.
The kick is good. The score, New Berlin Eisenhower 14, your Plymouth Panthers 0.
Good play by Eisenhower.
The Osthoff Resort, a 4-diamond AAA property in Elkhart Lake, is currently hiring for full and part-time positions. Students and adults are encouraged to apply. You can apply by going to www.osthoff.com. Discover unique and exciting employment opportunities. Guest services, housekeeping, restaurant, culinary, and spa. The Osthoff Resort Midwest experience for the guests, successful by building great team members. The Van Horn Auto Group of Plymouth takes a straightforward approach to helping our customers solve credit problems with assisting in rebuilding their credit with an auto loan. Van Horn Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Van Horn Chevrolet, Sheboygan County Budget Auto are dedicated to making their car buying experience as enjoyable as possible. To apply for a credit loan online, visit vhcars.com. Not a tough break for the Panthers. They actually moved the ball into New Berlin Eisenhower territory, and that one mistake,
Well, they moved it
65 yards to a touchdown
They
for
moved
New
it on
Berlin.
a great quick out to Cody Kuhn with some blocking in front, and he picked up 15 yards. Stalling picked up 11 on a run up the middle, and they were at third and 4 was just a pass right into coverage, and well played by Eisenhower. The best thing for Gavin Falk is forget it. It's going to happen. If you go the whole season without a pick, they talked about Marcus Mariota for the Tennessee Titans. Didn't throw a pick in practice. First 2 series he threw picks.
Yep.
So it happens. But you got to forget it and move on because they're going to need him to complete a lot of passes as this season goes on, including tonight. Offsides.
Penalty marker on the field. Halts the kickoff.
Those mistakes are going to be happening early in the season.
You know, you're right. That's just some kid that might be his first time under the bright lights on a Friday night. He's excited to get down on coverage. Unfortunately,
You own a silver Chevy Malibu, license 952 URK. Silver Chevy Malibu, license 952 URK. You are parking in someone who would like to leave. Please report to your vehicle.
They get to kick off again. They back up a little bit. They'll be kicking off from the 35.
Samuel Staling, Cody Kuhn, to receive the kickoff from Bryce Westling up the line.
Taken by an up back, Mike. Number 32 for the Panthers, Joe Chandler picks it up and gets it out. Actually, it's a good job by Joe. If that hits the ground, you never know what's going to happen with that funny-looking little football. So the Panthers will start at about their own 32-yard line.
First down, Plymouth Panther.
Panther offense really did move the ball pretty
They
good
did.
there in their first series to start this half. We'll see if they can come back to that and make things happen without a mistake. Talking 1st and 10 here. Straight ahead for maybe a yard or two, Scott.
And I don't know who was in at fullback. They switched a number of people off.
Alex Tiedick,
That was Alex Tiedick.
Yep.
2 yards on the play.
Alex got a couple 3.
Alex should savor that. The fullback doesn't get a lot of carries in this offense.
That's true.
But he has a lot of bull work to do leading the tailback. Sailing down in the slot. A lot of times they'll try to get him the ball out in the slot right away. Now, that
Well, I don't know what
was
that was.
it was contact ahead of the catch, but if it's at or behind the line of scrimmage, you can make contact.
Yeah, that might have been right at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, that's, yeah.
That was close.
That was, yeah.
Third and a long 7 for the Panthers. We'd hate to have them stall out here. Back to pass. We're wide open. And caught in traffic.
And I got
The ball was underthrown.
Jake Schneider.
Jake Schneider.
Schneider was wide open, but the ball was a little underthrown.
But 6'3" beats
Yeah.
5'11" every day.
Yeah.
And give Falk a lot of credit. He created a lot of time, and Jake Schneider just kept floating around back there and then went up and got the ball. They talk about that at every level, high school, college, and pros. Go get the ball. The quarterback can't make a perfect throw every time. Go get the ball, and Jake Schneider did just that.
Ball on the 29-yard line of New Berlin. Back to the ground game, and some yards, and some more yards. Still on his feet, late flag.
And we're going to get another 5-yard face mask penalty, I think. That was all Staling. The line gave him a couple yards, but the rest was on Sam. He took care of it. I think we're going to get a grab hand on, I think a 5-yard face mask.
Penalty flag on the field.
We'll see what the flag means.
5-yard face mask is the call. Will be added on to the run.
The Panthers move inside the 10-yard line.
Panther.
First and goal inside the 10, somewhere around the 8.5-yard line. The Panthers, last time they were there, came up about 6 inches short.
Right. Well, they've got an arsenal. Now, once again, I think they've given Staling just a quick breather. I know he looked like he had trouble with a contact or a little scratch in the face or something.
Second effort, gets inside the 5.
I've talked about the good tackling by Eisenhower, but their front group, let's give a lot of credit. Gabe Meyer, nice run by Gabe Meyer. He was hitting the backfield.
Works his way inside the 5-yard line. Second down.
And again, give that offensive line credit for creating the space so that Meyer could get down inside the 5.
Second and goal from the 4.
Hey, it's nice to bring in a kid like Gabe Meyer, and Staling goes out. He did a nice job on that run for
You're
sure.
right. There's room. Touchdown, Panthers.
Big Evans touchdown. Breaks the goal line.
Well, the Panthers just showed, Mike, that they can score against good football teams.
That's right. The first touchdown of the season against a very good New Berlin Eisenhower.
And there's no luck on that, baby. Somebody's going to say, well, yeah, it was a ball up for grab. Baloney. Schneider made the play. Then Meyer made a good run. There was a penalty. Good job by the Panthers to respond to a tough play. They came right back on that interception pick for a score. Weinbauer to kick. Snap is a little low, but the kick is good.
Late flag.
Now it's right in the middle of the pile. This could be interesting. You cannot smack the snapper. Everybody's coming off the field, so they can apply that on the kickoff. Okay, make the call,
Yep.
Personal foul.
The penalty to be assessed on the kickoff.
Was a personal foul. If they,
That's ball. They do Eisenhower.
I don't know
So
if
the
it was,
Panthers close the gap a little bit. It's 14-7.
and I don't
New
know
Berlin.
if they ran
They're
into
still
the
talking
snapper.
about things here.
Yeah, if they ran into the snapper, or if it was, if it's during a play and your mouth guard's out, then it's 15 yards. If it's just as you're coming to the line, I don't know. Can't tell.
Not like I said, the referees their first game too.
Whether get up there and make the call. Well, I know Sealy and Rortfed are laughing, so
Yep.
whatever it was.
We should mention that we're trying to miss Brad Volbrick for not being here tonight.
Is he gone?
See, we're trying.
I tell you, I want to give some credit to the chain crew over here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, there's some experience. Wayne Hogue, Mark Melcher, Steve Rolson.
My goodness.
And they said Melcher's got somebody else helping. I don't know who that is. They didn't give me the name, but that's a veteran crew.
That's veterans, all right.
Tell you, Melch will tell you, though, he can sprint right with the best of them.
And here we start out.
You could see an onside kick right here. Why not?
Yeah.
You know. Oh, there. Let's just kick it out of the end zone. That's okay too. So now they'll start at the 20. Well, the game changed back to a ball game.
Panthers down by a touchdown, down by one touch.
Well, what was impressive, it's first and goal at the 8. Last time they came up a little short. This time 2 runs, and our offensive line took care of their defensive line and opened up holes.
That's right.
Gabe Meyer and Staling, 2 carries, touchdown.
New Berlin Eisenhower offense for the first time in the second half.
Wildcat gave it to
snap to Jordan Kennedy,
and he slipped and fell, and this field is in great shape, so it's time for Kennedy to get some new shoes.
And here we go. Second down and 10.
Oh, boy. Block. And we talked about
got around the corner.
Make him cut back up inside. That's the key.
You got around the corner, and that's a first down.
Well, you got help to the inside. It's hard to practice tackling. The rules have changed so much. But basically, you want to tackle with your inside shoulder on that situation. It might just been a great play by Kennedy too. So
it's first and 10. The ball on the 31-yard line of New Berlin. We're midway through the third quarter. Panthers down 14-7.
Quarterback on the keep.
Gets 3 or 4.
I'm on the keeper.
Pick up a 4.
Brought down by number 78.
You know, now you're starting to see a little bit, though, where Eisenhower's getting a little rhythm on offense. The Panthers certainly got some rhythm. Nice huge play, Falk to Schneider, but it's now the second half of the first game, and things should settle in just a little bit.
Second down and 7. Straight ahead.
Good play by the Panther, interior of that line.
Stopped him for maybe a gain of 2. It's going to bring up a third down and 4. A little more than that, maybe third down along 3.
Ryan Brooks in, Jared Beck coming out. If it was stuffed up in the middle, then the nose guard had a lot to do with it.
You betcha.
Because his job isn't going to be, you aren't going to see his name for making a tackle. He's got to just take people with him. Eddie Beck's little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when Eddie was around. Saw Eddie not too long ago. Good beef cattle.
Yep, good beef cattle.
On the ground they're going, and they got it. First down.
And then some.
Yep, they get to midfield. Boy.
Kennedy earns the first down. On the bottom of the pile, Ethan Keller. First down, Lions.
No, they've gone away from the no huddle, and I'm wondering if they think maybe it's better to get in the huddle and talk things over. They've gone away from it. Nice cut.
We're giving up way too many yards on the ground, Scott.
Tell you what, a couple nice cuts by Kennedy, though.
Jordan Kennedy. He is dragged down by Gabe Meyer.
Yep. Huddle up. When you see somebody put their hands up in a bunch, that means they're going to huddle, and that's what they've been doing.
No, 8 yards.
Now this time they're not.
Second down and 2. In Panther territory on the 42-yard line.
Okay. Yeah, I just heard him holler a letter and a number. So the letter is probably the formation, the number's probably the play. And then the play is written down, and here's what it is. Can they outrun us? And he did.
Get out,
And
around the
now it's a
corner
foot
again,
race.
and this one's expensive.
Yeah, good.
Inside the 25.
Cody Kuhn saved a touchdown. As simple as that.
Sean Breuer.
Got around the corner, made a cut, and Kuhn saved the touchdown.
They've tested both of our corners, and they've gotten around them both, Scott.
Well, it's hard to say on this defense because you got people moving in all different directions. Defensive end might be crashing, might have outside. You just never know. But nonetheless, they got outside.
You betcha. You've got no help outside. You've got to get them to cut back in, and we're unable to do that.
And the receiver might have taken that corner across the field. You just don't know, especially because it happened so quick for us. I'll tell you, they're going to get 5 yards where they had a 1 yard
They
loss.
shouldn't have gotten anything.
Well, on that play, there were some people that I think thought he was done and stopped. You go to the whistle. It's just, every coach will tell every player on the team.
Yep.
I heard the other day at a practice, Paul Chris jumped all over a player because even though it's a practice and he stopped blocking and go to the whistle.
It was a gain of 4. That brings second down and 6. The ball on the 20-yard line of the Panthers. Nice there. There was a tackle.
Gabe Meyer, nice play. You bet.
Jake Maloney, the ball carrier.
Now, they have a good kicker, but I got to believe this is 4-down territory because right now you're looking at a 42-yard, 27, 37, 37-yard kick.
Yeah. Third down, 6.
The way they've run the ball, I don't think they have to throw it. They've had some success throwing it, certainly.
Gonna be passing. Nice
Well
coverage.
Well done. Panthers number 85, Jake Steiner.
Pass is incomplete. Jake Steiner defending well.
Jake did a nice job of getting the arm in there and knocking it down.
They're going to try to kick it.
4th and 5.
Now, you talk about early in the season. I mean, you work on this stuff, but that's
they're going to go for it.
Yeah, they're going to go for a kick.
It is going to be a 37-yard
Kid's got a strong leg.
attempt.
Yep.
It is up, and it is good.
Buried.
He had 10 yards
It's
to go.
Buried. Right.
Yeah.
That's good from 45 for sure.
That puts 3 on the board for New Berlin. It is 17-7.
Well, Eisenhower moved the ball from the 20 to the 20, but then the Panthers held. So that's the good news. They held them to 3.
Bill Kane team of realtors, auctioneers, and appraisers is proud to be a backer of Plymouth Community TV. Our team can assist in any of your moving needs and questions. Let us put our 30 years of experience to work for you. 893-8842, that's Bill Kane, RE/MAX Realty Plus. Never miss an opportunity with today's consistently changing tax laws. Cookie cutter strategies are rarely the answer. Individuals and businesses need a partner to understand the relationship between tax consequences and financial objectives. At Huberty, our tax expertise follows us to fit your individual or business circumstances in order to create a custom solution so we can anticipate your needs and plan accordingly. That way you will never miss an opportunity. That's Huberty, CPA and trusted business advisors. 892-2423. Plymouth Panthers down by 10, 3:03 left in the third quarter.
Well, and there's no moral victories. The scoreboard tells you who won, but the Panthers are playing better. Here again, so is Eisenhower. They're both playing better. They've cut back on the mistakes. You're still going to see some, but they've cut back on a lot of the mistakes. What they need is another big play. Doesn't have to be it'd be nice if it was an 80-yard return for a touchdown right here, but just continue to eat up yardage and get into the end zone.
I'll disagree. I don't think they need that 90-yard touchdown run. They need a long, sustained drive. You learn more from that.
Well, you're going to get those 15, 20-yard plays is what they need. Kuhn on the kickoff again, runs by the first guy, Nice return.
Gets out to the
33-yard line.
34 or 5.
What they need, Mike, as I'm saying, is, to sustain 5-10 yards. And Coach Grahn will tell you that's not this team this year. With Staling and Falk and what a couple of the kids on the outside, they can get a yard here and a yard there, but they want to get that 8-10, hoping that Staling or Falk, one of those guys, breaks one then. Usually
Got
the
a
old
player down on the field.
that was Kuhn. Looks like a little bit of a cramp up.
Early in the season, nice warm night. Could easily happen.
Well, and not only that, but you can do all the conditioning in practice, but the emotions and the adrenaline takes over on game night. This is Cody's first full-time experience. I know he backed up a little bit on the varsity as a sophomore, but his first full-time experience, he's playing both ways. He's running back punts. He's running back kickoffs. He's a tired young man right now.
He's out there all the time. Let's talk about next week. Next week we'll be traveling over to Sheboygan Falls. It's a non-conference game. You get 2 non-conference games before we enter a new conference, Scott. The first time they created a conference called the what?
East
Central?
East Central
Conference.
Well,
And we'll be traveling to Berlin and
yeah, and I've been vocal about disappointment that we've gone through, but we're not the only place in the state. I know down in the southeast now they're talking about some stuff that I know the superintendent from Tosa West was on TV the other night going, or from Tosa was saying this is worse than we expected. So it's a tough job for the WI, no doubt about it. Somebody's going to be unhappy. But I go back when you and I were playing, when we had the old pack line, where Plymouth is traveling up to Door County, and they're coming down here. And then we went to the Eastern Wisconsin, which seemed to be okay, except the discrepancy in sizes was a difficult situation. But the discrepancy in sizes still exists now with this East Central Conference. It sounds like they're going to try to continue to play Falls non-conference. We've got a 2-year contract for sure, because it is such a neat rivalry, 7 miles apart.
on first down. Maybe a couple.
Now it's going to show up as a couple, but Sam Staling could have been tackled for a 2-yard loss. Instead, he gets a 2-yard gain out of the deal.
Samuel Staling takes the pitch for a 2-yard gain.
He's been kind of gimping around just a real little bit. He has not taken himself out of the game. Again, he's another guy playing both ways.
It's 2nd down and 8 for the Panthers. The ball sitting just in front of the 35-yard line. Panthers down 17-7. Nice catch. And some extra yards. I like that extra effort.
Pass is complete.
Caught at the 50 and gets another 7 or 8.
First down, Plymouth.
I talked to Coach Grahn. Zach Albers has had a good camp, tight end. Again, a lot of time for Gavin Falk. I tell you, when the Panthers have been able to give Falk some time, he's found some people. And the underpasses seem to have been there. Big game. That's that 15, 20-yard game where they're hoping to get. Everybody hopes to get it, of course.
1st and 10, the ball in
Double
the New
slot,
Berlin
bottom of the
Eisenhower
screen. Now they're going to load this size. They're going to load the zone. Double pass. Well thrown.
Well covered.
Threw it out there, and only one guy was available.
Schneider's pass intended for
Of course.
Kuhn.
Double teamed.
Jake Schneider played quarterback, freshman, sophomore year. He threw a nice ball. That was a great throw, just well covered.
44-yard
I go back to what I said earlier. It's hard to fool good teams. They're disciplined. They're well coached. It was a good, nice throw from Schneider, just well defended.
Well defended. He was double teamed all the way. Well read.
And good spot to throw it. Now you're 2nd and 10, but you're inside Eisenhower territory.
Ball on the 44-yard line. 2nd 10 Panthers.
Staling moves the pile a little bit, picks up 3 for sure.
Ball gets up to they'll spot it near the 40-yard line.
As the game's gone on, I think our offensive line has gotten better. Schweiger started last year. Lidke started Meyer started last year. Lidke played a lot. I think he started. But he got some 2 or 3 kids now that haven't played a lot that are now getting a lot of time. And we may have another one of our running backs with a little bit of a gimp here.
Yep.
You know, but if you talk kids that watch football, the best thing is if you got a little issue, just rest.
Yep.
Just sit down, let a coach take care of it. Hopefully the coaches, you know, it's hard to be. We don't. None of us have the experience that an Adam Brill has. I mean, we all did.
Well, he is one of the best, isn't
He is one of the best. We all had those injuries workshops and stuff like that. But just relax. Don't try to be a hero. You know, we always talk about there's a difference between toughness and foolishness.
Yep. We've done a little bit of both, Scott.
Well, we tend to err on the side of foolish.
And we're back to action here. Dalen will come out for a play or two.
Well, if they have to stop play, they got to take him off. But he's had a little bit of a hitch in his giddy up time to time as I've watched him tonight. Big play for the Panthers. Get a first down here.
3rd and 7.
Quick out. We are going to get
Not going to get it
up. Now the decision for Coach Knaus is
Screen pass late to Jake Schneider.
Jake Schneider gave it what he could on the play. So you're going to get 4th and 4. Apparently they're going to go for it.
Drew Spadaro.
On 4th and 4 on the 38-yard
Well, risk reward.
line, the Panthers are going for it.
Minute to go in the
4th
third
and
quarter.
5.
Yeah, minute to go, down 10. Fourth and a long 4. I suppose it's like, okay, if we kick it off, it goes the end zone, we only pick up 17 yards.
That's true, too. Gonna pass it.
Hard, I tell you, that's a tough pass back against the grain. Right-handed passer has to turn and square his shoulders. That's a tough one. Nonetheless, good. Gam did a good job dodging the rush.
New Berlin Eisenhower Lions.
But now the Eisenhower Lions are in great shape, just over their 38-yard line. 46 seconds to go. Timeout. Somebody else is down.
Yeah, we've got a rash of that happening right now. Right at the 46 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I know we have a number of kids playing both ways. I don't know the number. I suppose I could look, or you can look it up on that chart.
Well, the Panthers always have 4 or 5. It looks like going both directions. And that's always part of it. I'm going to talk about Francis Chiropractic. I have a chance. Your health is your wealth. At Francis Chiropractic Clinic, Drs. Dan and Jean Francis and the staff believes that chiropractic care can offer a complete wellness approach to help you at the top of your game by maintaining a healthy lifestyle. They take a genuine interest in your well-being. In addition to chiropractic care, nutritional counseling, physical therapy, massage therapy, Francis Chiropractic is partnered with most major insurance companies as well as Medicare and Medicaid. Join us on Facebook. That's francischiropractic.com. I want to thank the backers. They help bring this to you. You can become a backer and we'll help spread the word about your fine business organization. I'm ready to get going again.
You know, years
Gabe
ago,
Meyer will be sitting out for just a little while.
well, you would tell kids you just really got to drink really a lot of water. There is an opportunity to overhydrate. I know Ian Murray, boy, who graduated 5 years ago, had situations like that where you overhydrate. What you tell kids is they'll drink too much Gatorade, so they get too much sugar before the game. Drink water until about a half hour, then you can have the sports drinks. Keep drinking
Dr.
water.
Richards here.
Well, you know, I learned it from somebody else, believe me.
Uh-oh. We've had problems with that all night, Scott. This one's going to cost us big. Touchdown.
Well, I don't know how he got outside. There was no flow.
62 yards.
If they were playing, I don't know if
on
they.
first down.
I don't know if they were. Sam Carey looked great running the football on that one.
2 yards for a.
I don't know if it's a case where.
Down.
You're right. You talk about outside contain. He got outside completely. There was no contain way outside.
We've had a little bit of a problem like that all night, though. Containing that, the outside and turning the play in, and this time it did cost. 62-yard touchdown. With 32 seconds left in the third quarter, it is 24-7.
24, your Plymouth Panthers 7.
I'm going to go through a few of these backers again. The Plymouth Panther Booster Club, we want to thank them along with Miller and Belt. Right now it's a little difficult to get to Miller and Belt because of the highway construction, but
you can get there.
But make a way to get
You
there.
need to get
Miller and
there,
Belt.
get your chains sharpened up, get them soft. It's not worth a darn.
And of course the Paddock Club, great food in Elkhart Lake.
Easy to get there.
And Wisconsin Bank and Trust. Want to thank them along with Plymouth Furniture and Bedding Showroom. All those people, we'll name a few more as we go through here the fourth quarter. Maybe we can get the camera on the Plymouth kids at the start of the fourth quarter. They always do a little bit of an activity. We have a nice turnout of students tonight. Still a couple weeks away from the kids arriving at school. The first time in a long time. The kids will be coming back after.
No,
the kids come in 4 days before
right.
the fair.
Right. In fact, the state laws, and that was pushed because of tourism, to have the school year start without a dispensation after Labor Day. But if September 1st is right where it is now, you know, if Labor Day is after, I think if it's the 6th or 7th, then
It's the latest it can be.
They can come in on the 1st, which this year's on a Tuesday. Back in the day, we used to take off Thursday and Friday for the fair.
Always. Now
and then,
none.
And then it was Friday. No, none. Because you got so many days you got to work with. But, you know, kids that have to get out to show animals, or if they're working,
Of course.
they can get
Of
out.
course. It's 24-7, New Berlin Eisenhower. That run, that big run back kind of.
Well, they've
hurts.
had a big run back on a pick. Now they just had a big run by the quarterback.
Taken at the 10.
I think we. Well,
Got to get going here.
well, that's not Kuhn return. I couldn't pick up the number. My suspicions are that
Chances will start somewhere around the
both
20-yard
Kuhn
line.
and Staling are.
Kuhn makes one man miss.
Maybe it was.
Brings the ball out to the
Yep, that was Cody Kuhn. But other end of the field, we couldn't see the number. Well, nonetheless, 26 seconds to go in the third
21-yard
quarter.
line.
Panthers now down 24-7. They've shown spark, you know, with one score, down inside, got down to the half, probably the foot line, didn't score.
On 1st and 10. There's an opening. Out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
The outside for a Plymouth Panther first down, forced out of bounds by Jordan Kennedy.
And I think Sam is cramping up a little bit again. I'll tell you, people, you know, if you've ever had a cramp where that muscle just sits like a rock. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, as you get to our age, you can get them at any time.
That's right.
You don't have to have been doing much to get one.
1st and 10 Panthers from the 46. Another nice ground game.
I'll tell you again, give that offensive line some credit. Stilling just had a big pickup. Gabe Meyer just found a hole.
7 yards on the play.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and 3. The Panthers
That
in
is the end of the third quarter. The score.
New Berlin Eisenhower territory as we end the third quarter.
Eisenhower Lions 24.
Panthers go into the fourth quarter down 24-7. Offense still moving though. Want to thank a couple of our backers again. Papa Murphy Pizza. That's love at 425 degrees. And Ace Supply and Equipment Rental on Thayer Street, 893-8676. Everything you need for every job you can think of. Tell Chester we sent you. And 20/20 Vision, Dr. Sharon Roberts and Dr. Brad Wickland, 893-3937, or as I'd like to say, 893-EYES. And Plymouth Plumbing and Heating. Jack Delger and the guys will take care of you. 893-3601. That's Plymouth Plumbing and Heating at the corner of PP and Pleasant View Road. I think we open the conference, Scott. We play Falls non-conference next week, but now the week after we go Long Road.
I think we go to Winneconne.
Yep, we go.
I said I just drove that way. So you take 23 to 41 north to 45, then you can see the signs to Winneconne. It's about an hour and 10 minutes. You know, in a bus it's going to be more.
Flag on the play. Few things wrong by the Panthers. That's 5 yards. That'll cost 5 yards.
But realistically, other than 23, which needs to be redone, by the way, the trip isn't too bad. You know, it's not a lot different than a Two Rivers trip, but it's a trip to Berlin that's going to be a long one because there's no easy
way across.
No.
With that penalty, it brings up second down and almost 9. Intercepted.
I tell you, that safety.
Gavin Falk's pass is intercepted by Jake.
That safety, Jake Rostas. That's the same pass that he picked off. If you come up, you got to hit that one really, really quick because that safety read the quarterback's eyes, took a look, and he had to tell you what. If he stays on his feet, he might have scored again.
At their own 47
And it's a quick hitch in, and that's. You got to look the safe. Either you hit it really quick on that second step, or you got to look that safety off. So, something to work on.
Berlin Eisenhower gets the ball now at their own 47-yard line, and they go to work. They break into Panther territory just makes it over the 50 for a gain of 3.
Sam Carey on the keeper.
Kuhn's still in the ball game. Gabe Myers back in the ball game. Staling's on the sideline. Now it's a case where you have to wait and see. You know, a cramp per se isn't serious, but it can be if it keeps happening and you tear a muscle.
On second down and 7. Ball's loose.
Fumble. I think we got it. Well, nobody's.
Panthers get the fumble.
I think.
Football. Joe recovery for Plymouth.
The first turnover by New Berlin Eisenhower. Panthers, I think, have had 3 turnovers.
Yeah, that's the first Eisenhower turnover, and that comes. I'll tell you what, if they go in march in on that baby, you're going to see a lot of New Jerseys on the field for New Berlin.
Yep.
But it did not happen. The Panthers held serve, so to speak. Good push by the line, good run, pick up 5.
Panthers get to midfield.
Dave Meyer knifes ahead for 5 yards.
Nice 5-yard gain by Meyer.
Adam Lancaster on the bottom of the pile.
Second down and 5 from midfield.
Penalty marker.
It's either offside or procedure, one of the two.
Yep. Few problems. Somebody's going to get 5 yards.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Uh-oh.
The preliminary.
That's expensive. Yes. What's that? And it's against New Berlin Eisenhower. That's
the penalty is against
that's
the New Berlin Eisenhower.
that's a full
Lions.
that's a full 15.
Well, you can't taunt, but how do you hear it out there?
Wow.
It would be nice to know what happened.
Wow. I thought somebody's helmet was maybe over the line, but unsportsmanlike, I didn't. We're not hearing it.
We didn't see that.
First and 10 Panthers on the 35-yard line. New Berlin. Some room to run. Caught. for no gain.
Falk scrambles and takes
I
off.
thought I saw some opening too. I thought he was going to get some big yards.
If he gets past that one, he's going to pick up some yards, but he didn't.
Tripped up at the line of scrimmage though.
That'll be interesting to see. You know, we'll hear next week what happened, but he called it, went over to the coach. Coach didn't seem to throw any kind of a fit, so.
2nd down and 10.
No, that was more of a 5. They're going to send somebody
Here they come.
Yeah, that, you notice they only had 3
That'll
down
be a
linemen,
tackle for a loss.
2 standing defensive ends,
Loses
little
yards
different,
on the play.
almost like a 5-2. The old 5-2 defense. They brought 5 for sure.
Jake Maloney brings him down.
Bring up a 3rd down and a dozen. Panthers have to get to the 25-yard
3rd
line.
and 12 for Plymouth.
Well, Gabe Meyer's done a nice job, but it changes the complex a little bit when you got Sailing out of the ball game. It's up to that line to give Falk some time here, and certainly a passing down. They are bringing the house here.
Yep.
They're going deep. Almost.
Overthrown just a little bit.
Threw it.
Falk floats one up intended for Jake Kuhn.
A flag.
Incomplete.
Well, I don't know. Who are they talking to here?
There's a flag on the play back in the area where it could be holding.
It's a hold or roughing the passer is what it is. I think they called roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer?
Yep.
There's a penalty marker on the field.
Because I thought I heard him say roughing the passer.
The New Berlin
Obviously,
line.
once the ball's gone, we're looking to see if somebody catches it, so we didn't see it. But
That's going to be a.
First down for the Panthers.
That's another 1st down on a penalty. So
Well-
the Panthers been helped out by the flags here in this series. The ball sitting on the 23-yard line or 22-yard line of New Berlin. To the ground game
nice
for
game.
4 or 5.
Yep.
Meyer
Well, I saw. We really got to see a nice hole
Yeah,
that was opened up.
that's all at 5. Sure, maybe 6-yard. Ball sitting on the 17-yard line of New Berlin. Expensive penalties for New Berlin.
Yep. Certainly are, but certainly helpful for the
Unsportsmanlike
Panthers.
and roughing the passer. Back to pass.
Ooh, tipped away.
Incomplete.
Just a little, thrown just a little bit late. Again, as the season goes on.
Pass is incomplete.
But again, good play
Yeah, it's good.
by New Berlin.
It's going to take a while for the timing to work on those plays.
Intended for Cody Kuhn.
Well, and you're just
They'll come
you're
together.
seeing a little different level of athlete going
Yeah.
against those plays right now. That was a really good coverage by their safety and corner.
Yep.
I thought they had it.
3rd and 5.
Corner throw.
This one's should have been intercepted,
That's
but incomplete. 4th down.
that was again well defended. That's got to be thrown out to that sideline so only one guy can catch it. You got to run under it.
Yeah.
Obviously 4 down territory, 4th down.
Panthers will be going for
Right, 8:18 to go in the ball game. Plymouth trails New Berlin Eisenhower 24-7. Whoa, sailed it a little bit.
Open but overthrown.
Sailed it.
Panthers will give this over on downs.
Yeah, sailed it a little bit. Either usually that's when you overstride and release the ball and it sails.
New Berlin Eisenhower.
Regardless of what happened, New Berlin takes over. Plymouth down 24-7, 8:13 to go in the 4th quarter from Finke Field. And again, on a beautiful night for football. I'll tell you what, it's not going Plymouth's way right now, but in the course of the year, whatever you got some time, come up and watch a Plymouth athletic event.
That's right.
You know, there's a lot of things to watch, a lot of sports, a lot of kids working very, very hard.
There's that outside problem again. Going to be enough, very close to a 1st down.
Graffiti breaks it around the left.
Well, when we run, you probably call it a 3-3-5. Is basically what you do. It can be a 3-5-3 as well, but you have to funnel things to the inside. If you don't, you're going to have what's happening right now. And an epidemic of cramping.
Things to work on. Now, the Plymouth Panthers, this is preseason,
Right.
non-conference. They'll play Falls next week, and then it gets down to business. Then they count in the conference.
Well, in the conference, the way it's pegged right now by the pundits, which means very little, is Kewaskum's picked to win the conference. They've got one of the leading, if not the leading rusher in the state back, really good lineman, their quarterback. Then Plymouth, then Berlin. Now, Berlin last year was the 8th seed. Plymouth was 1 seed. Plymouth, and they knocked us off 21-0.
Yeah.
Winneconne a couple years ago won a state championship. I think in Division 4. KML was in second place in their flyway. And
Don't go too fast for me. You're using initials there. What is it again?
What's that? KML.
Yeah.
Kettle Moraine Lutheran.
That's right. Had to help Kurt out here. He was trying to figure out that school.
He couldn't spell KML?
No.
Okay.
Hit second down 1.
Well, it didn't have a .com to it, so.
That's right. That was the problem. First down.
And then, so it'll be interesting. I mean, these are teams we haven't seen. We've seen Campbell Sport, Kewaskum, Waupun, but we saw Berlin, and it didn't turn out so good.
First and 10, the ball just in front of the 30-yard line. Gain of 4.
Good push up the middle. You're not seeing, in either case, again, I don't know all the numbers for Eisenhower, but I'm not seeing a lot of new players. Panthers are going pretty much with what they've gone. Staling's on the sideline. Again, they're just working on. I think Sam's done for tonight. Nothing serious, something that they'll just work on, rehydrate them, stretch them out a little bit.
Let's get, thought we had him at the line of scrimmage. Instead, it's going to be a first down. Gain of 10.
And I don't think you're going to see Eisenhower put the ball in the air much at all, if at all. Now, I talked to Coach Braun this week, and I said, what do you know about Eisenhower? He said, we saw the scrimmage they were in, and they looked good. They looked like a good team. My son coaches at Tosa East, and they're in the Woodland. They don't play Eisenhower, but he said, I know some of their staff. Steve Radomski's their quarterback coach, used to coach at Tosa East. He said, they're pretty good, you know.
Yep.
But
first and 10 of 45.
They're a Division III school, generally in the playoffs like we are.
Wow.
We came 6 years ago.
Carried a few people there, got 7.
We came a layup away from playing Eisenhower in the state basketball championship, but didn't happen.
Second and 3 for the Lions.
Mike, next week's game, Sheboygan Falls last year did not make the playoffs for, I think, the 4th or 5th year in a row. They have their leading runner back, I believe. They feel it's they're getting their program back on its feet.
Close to a first down. Ball settles at the 45-yard line of the Panthers.
Not a bad crowd as we're looking down, Mike. Here again, it's early. We never started games August 21st.
I know.
Ever. You know, we did start before school, but this year we're going to have 2 games before the school year starts.
3 games before Labor Day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the way it's changed, and what they did with the playoff situation. They just felt that if you're playing Tuesday, Saturday, and coming back and playing Friday, that it was too much pounding for the kids. It's as simple as that. That was the decision that they made. Then one year they only had 8 games, And I think the Coaches Association asked that they go to 9, which means you're starting early. So you're thinking about it. You got coaches and kids, and I know we hear about, of course, teachers only work 9 months, but coaches and kids, they're done with school June 10th to the 16th with the camps and stuff they got going on. They're back at it within 5-6 weeks.
And it's even tougher on Plymouth in some respects because we have summer baseball.
Absolutely.
We have kids that just got done throwing baseballs and now they're out here playing
Eisenhower
football.
is in summer baseball as well. The Woodland, parts of the Woodland, it's kind of a hybrid conference. But you're right. You're right. You know, you and I, Coach, we would start about a week, maybe, about a week before school started with freshman football. And granted, that's a few moons ago, but it's just such a change, and I don't see it changing unless they want to bump the playoffs back to they didn't want to get. Right now, the playoffs are going on when basketball has started.
What they do, they
basketball, wrestling, and swinging.
They want it done before deer hunting.
Yeah.
They want it done before deer hunting. So the Friday before deer hunting are the end of the state playoff. Now in Minnesota they play it right into that.
Well, and they could with Camp Randall being a turf, they could. Hey, tell you, you go down the New Berlin area. And I don't know if New Berlin has turf, but you go down in that area, Brookfield, Sussex, West Dallas, Tosa. They've all got turf fields now, so you could play. And I'll tell you, the Hart Park where Tulsa East plays, Marquette plays, they hold 4,000 people. You could play a Division 7 game there, no sweat. Division 6, 5, so they could do it. But then do you bump basketball another week or whatever? You could probably shorten it, but
2nd down and 8 here. Three and a half minutes left in the ball game. I'm going to thank a couple people. I want to thank State Farm Insurance and Financial Services, Jim Schultz. Meyer Motors out here on Plaza Lane.
Yards on the carry.
And Primetime Cellular.
Bring up 3rd and a long 2.
Also, Waldo State Bank, and you know where that's at.
beautiful
Waldo.
Downtown Waldo.
Yeah, in Waldo.
Grandpa Doc Richards was the doctor in Waldo 50 years ago, maybe more.
It's 3rd down and 2. We're down to under 3 minutes.
Penalty marker on the field. Delay of game signaled against the Lions.
5-yard penalty. He's going to back it up, make it 3rd and 7. Delay of game.
That will make it 3rd and 7.
Took too long to get the play going.
And I think in this situation, Eisenhower's not worrying too much about that.
Nope.
I mean, it's let's face it, this last 6 minutes have been slow, period. And that makes it a little quicker, yeah.
Nice second effort. Gets him very close to a 1st down.
I tell you, Canada, and he plants and goes. And that's what you want with a guy to get outside. He plants that leg, bang. He's got his shoulders squared, and he's going up the field. Now they're saying, ooh, I think they brought it back. Well, makes it 4th down.
Less than 1.
4th and inches. Closing down on the 2-minute mark of the game. Uh-oh. Still on his feet. Touchdown.
Joey Scabidi breaks tackle after tackle.
2nd and 3rd effort gets that done.
Great run. Well, give the Eisenhower line, but once again, that off tackle, outside the tackle, in between tight end, they've made some hay with that play.
No, the Plymouth Panthers are not going to be successful tonight. I know you go into the season always wanting to win them all, but I think the most important thing is to learn from all of this so that the conference championships is what you look at first.
Well,
conference championships and making the state playoffs.
Well, and
this bears nothing.
And it's been challenging to find teams to play. You don't generally want to play anybody you might see in the playoffs. which is why we stopped the Port Washington rivalry.
Yeah.
Years ago, we played Germantown, and their Division II is solid Division II, so we got away from that. So this is a good game to play. You should improve the most from game 1 to game 2. And what you can learn from tonight is they'll look at the film and they'll look at it diligently. They got plenty of time, and they'll come back to see what happened. They'll try to work through these conditioning issues because cramping can be it's hard to say it as conditioning, but they'll work through that. But yeah, you might as well go play a good team like Eisenhower and learn from it.
Couple of people I want to thank: Niesman's Diamond Center out on Connie Trunco. Also, Four Seasons Comfort. Jeremy Lensmeyer, Mike Pelzo. Remember Jeremy?
They have a presence right down the street from me now.
Yeah. Bank First National. Tell Todd Niles whatever you want. He'll be up here in a few weeks up visiting with us, and it's always nice to have Todd on the mic.
It's nice.
Well, moving on. Plymouth Glass, want to thank them. Down on the corner, right at kitty corner from the library, and Wagner Auto Body. Also Advanced Eye Care in downtown Plymouth. And of course, Jim's Appliance Repair and Service, 892-2333. Jim's Appliance and Repair Service.
You know, as we move on here, Mike, at the start of the game, we didn't say anything because I didn't think it was right, but we do want to mention that this is a little more difficult tonight because of the guy we lost this summer.
That's right.
Our AD and friend and longtime swim coach Mike Slagle, and you know, nothing but the best to his family and friends. And I know he would say, "Ach, ach."
Yeah,
anyway,
we worked side by side for 35 years.
Yeah.
He is missed. He is missed. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right.
Somebody better
it's going to
pick
get
this
uglier
up.
now.
Panthers are going to start deep.
They're going to start deep.
Under 2 minutes now. Under 2 minutes left in the game. Let me thank Van Horn Automotive, VHCars.com, and Bill Kane, Remax Realty Plus. That's Bill Kane, 980-2588. And Huberty, CPAs and Trusted Business Advisors, 892-2423. That's Huberty. And Francis Chiropractic. Want to thank all of those backers backing the teams and teens in Plymouth, Wisconsin.
Now you're seeing a lot of new shirts on the field for Eisenhower. Certainly when the ball gets snapped in, it's going to be about 1:20 to go in the football game. Panthers going to come up on the short end, certainly 31-7. It was 7-0 at the half. A pick six early in the third quarter made it 14-0. The Panthers went down and scored, making it 14-7. Held Eisenhower to a field goal, and then the wheels fell off.
A few mistakes were very costly.
Well, this Eisenhower team, Mike, is certainly athletic. At you know their skill positions at quarterback, running back, receiver, they're skilled athletes, and they got some nice size, certainly nice size up front on the defensive side of the ball. So they're going to have a nice season. I don't know where they're picked in the Woodland, but I think they're going to compete for the top spot. I know Tosa West is pretty loaded again this year. Well, if things go as we sort of expect.
Handoff is inside to
Second down and 7, but more importantly, 35 seconds left in the game.
You don't want to do anything foolish. You know, you don't want to take a knee or anything, but just
a lot to be learned tonight.
Right.
The Plymouth Panthers will come back next week. It'll be Brad Valbrick will join you on the microphone, Scott. I know you're so looking forward to that.
Yeah.
You could act a little more enthused.
Oh, what did you say? What was the question again?
And that will be the game. The Plymouth Panthers fall to the New Berlin Eisenhower 31-7.
And the clock runs out.
We'll see you next week. We'll plan on, well, I'll come along anyway, just for fun.
Eisenhower.
Oh yeah, that'll
Yeah,
make
just
it
for
a
fun.
real riot.
The Plymouth Panthers we'll see you next week when the Plymouth Panthers take on Sheboygan Falls. Until then, we'll see you next time with Plymouth Panther football.
The pleasure is